Hey guys, welcome to the Style Marathon. I've got Patrick and Grace behind me, and okay, I'm kind of nervous, I'm not gonna lie.
We're all nervous. Thank you for
right?
tuning in.
Yes, and what's amazing is, why are we nervous? Because, you know, we've hit like Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000 hours here, so we should be pros at this. But what we're gonna do today is really special. We are doing a marathon of styling. Necessity is always the mother of invention, and the New York store is being completely redone right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be so good when we're
So
done.
great.
But while we are in renovation stage, we're going to take an opportunity to try some new things, because that is what we love doing here at Tibi. So segment number 1 today is Meet the Stylists. And what you're going to do is you're going to get to meet each of the team stylists that we have here at Tibi. You're going to understand what the process is in working with them, and it's going to be exciting, and you're going to also learn some great stuff. Before I get into having the deep dive with you guys meeting the stylist, what I want to do is peel it back quickly and answer the question, why did we do it this way? Because this is really different. If you compare it to working with a stylist at another brand, I mean, you know, they don't really have them, right? But we do, and this is a very unique thing that we've done here. And the reason why is it goes back very much to our roots. For those of you who don't know, I started Tibi almost 27 years ago when I was living in Hong Kong. And Tibi's always been an independent company. You can feel it. Like, if you call our warehouse, you're gonna work with Sandra. If you go down to St. Simon's, you're gonna work with Hayes. We've always loved being an independent company. The independence really means something to us. But, you know, over the course of running Tibi, starting Tibi, Tibi started to really grow. We were in, I mean, almost 1,000 locations around the world, every country. We had showrooms in all major countries, PR agencies everywhere. It was great by any written standard, and absolutely soul-sucking in reality. And I say that because I got to the point where we really were just making clothing, lots of clothing, and clothing that stores were telling us that they would like. And we really, I'm gonna say, we lost our way in terms of having a hard point of view. And what happened is, which happened to everyone, right, is COVID happened. And when COVID happened, I started going online and I started talking directly to customers and talking to them about style. And I thought at first, you know, that this would be great. I've got an opportunity to educate people on the clothing at Tibi. And then that turned into educating people on personal style. And that quickly then devolved into me realizing that it is hard to determine your personal style if you don't really know who you are and what you want to say and how you want to express that visually. So through COVID and all those DMs and all of that talking, it really became apparent that I was discovering my own style as well. And as I was doing that, it was helping form a really tight barrier around what Tibi style was. A tight barrier that is still really flexible, because we call ourselves creative pragmatists. And so as I started breaking down the style, I realized that there's a way to like mathify this, to codify it so that it's not so elusive. I was always paranoid. My European husband, he was definitely like made me think like either you have it or you don't. You're born with it. If you're not, you're kind of fucked. And what we know is that you don't have to be born with it. And the reason why you don't have to be born with it, and why in fact you cannot be born with style, is because to have personal style, to have style that is not just pulled off of a magazine, means that you are reflecting who you are on the inside. And no one who is just coming right out of the womb, no 10-year-old, even if they're riding a bike around the French countryside, they do not know yet who they are on the inside and how to show that. So style is something that evolves with you as you figure out who you are. So that is my long way of saying that the reason why our store team became stylists, and we even struggled with the word, because if you go to the Apple store and you see the Apple geniuses there, That's what these guys are. They are like the creative pragmatist geniuses who are here to really help you out. So I've got Grace behind me and Patrick, and let's start with introducing you guys.
Yeah, of course.
Grace, you want to start first?
Yes. Hi, I am Grace, and I am a senior stylist at the Tibi Soho store. It's very nice to meet you all, or if you already have met me, hi. So just to let you guys know, I'm also one of the petite stylists here. I'm about 5'1", and I'm just gonna deep dive a little bit on why we are called stylists. So we are experts when it comes down to creative pragmatism. We are the ones that kind of help you find yourself on the spectrum and what talks to you. We are all have different walks of life, so we are constantly thinking about what to help you find the creativity and feeling creative, but also the functionality. And we are, pragmatism is the key. We are always here to help you when it comes down to the small or the bigger things, such as finding one of our most popular styles, if they're sold out everywhere, helping you find yourself when it comes to our scale and creative pragmatism and the functionality that talks to you.
Absolutely. I think that we have both been in that situation where we're trying to find that singular item
Yeah,
somewhere,
of course.
hanging out,
Literally.
just sitting in the warehouse and so on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then I also want to kind of like building off what Grace has said, essentially address like how do you really choose a stylist? And I think it's just like when you're trying to find the right size in your Stella pant, you do have to kind of, it's trial and error. It's trying on, it's seeing how you really fit. It's really based around communication. It's really based around kind of like how you want to go about communicating with that stylist, as well as their personal style. And sometimes, as Grace mentioned, you may resonate because of your height.
For
So
sure.
I think it's just, again, it's a little bit of trial and error in that sense. Like you really just want to find the best fit from a stylist as well as the best fit in like a Stella pant. So
Can I ask you real quickly?
Yeah.
Okay, what pants are you wearing?
I'm wearing the Rodney specifically. Okay. I'm wearing a size 6 because I like a little bit more slouch in them. I like them to hang a little lower because I love the straight leg and then the kind of intentional puddle that I have. Like I'll back up a little bit. And then I'm wearing the mint gabe specifically. But I always like love this volume here.
And you're wearing?
I'm wearing the nylon pull-on skirt.
Mhm.
I absolutely love it just because it's so functional but stylish. And I also have on our men's featherweight cashmere hoodie. It's actually tucked in to kind of help with proportions.
Yeah.
All things that we will be talking about today actually in our segments.
Yeah. Cool.
Fantastic.
So what do
And
we
then
bring out more?
I've got Molly. Let's
Hi,
bring
guys.
out Molly.
Hi guys, I'm Molly. I'm one of the stylists at the NYC flagship boutique, and booking an appointment with any of us is super easy. You head to any of our Instagrams. We all have
Coffee
the
couture
same,
as well.
Ooh,
Come on and get your snuggles.
I know.
we all have the same link in our bio. It's our Calendly booking link, and you can see all the appointments we offer there, including our 30-minute virtual option and then our in-store options, which are 60-minute fit sessions and 90-minute style classes, all at no cost. And Katura is going to kind of break that down for you guys.
Okay guys, so you have clicked the link in bio, what's next? It might feel intimidating sometimes, like why do I want to make an appointment with someone I don't know, I don't want to tell them my whole life story, but we got you. There's a survey that you'll fill out when you click the link, and we will ask you what are your objectives, what are your sizes, what's your lifestyle like? Once you come into the actual fitting room or the virtual fitting room, we'll just ease your fears and tell you, what do you really need? A lot of people come into the fitting room because they want to get a whole new closet. Some people want to just get their sizing. It's absolutely no cost. Please come, we want to see you, and it will be amazing.
So what does someone need to bring to a virtual fitting?
Yourself, an open mind,
A smile.
a
please.
smile, yeah.
Do you
It-
have
it-
them bring shoes?
So we actually don't have them bring shoes. I think if you have on a shoe that you love, it's good to know, but we can always fill that. I like to ask for pictures of, maybe your closet. Maybe I can see what holes you're missing. Is it a colored shoe that you don't have? What about you?
In 30-minute consultations, I usually can sometimes explore, essentially your modifier. So we can kind of deep dive on like maybe some chapters within the book specifically. So if you're having questions there, I also love pictures just from a standpoint, like if you're having the 30 minutes really where we can address like maybe a singular item you're really having trouble like working in your wardrobe. And I love the 60-minute from the sense that you get a full fit session. Like you're going to walk away with a fit card that has your sizing in all of our core bodies so that you can shop confidently, not only with a stylist, but online as well.
Yeah, I just want to say real quickly, one of the things too that I find to be really helpful in the style sessions, and I know that people have been like, oh my God, this is crazy good, is bring stuff to the Tibi store, bring stuff online, bring your problem children in, and they don't have to be Tibi. But it is really helpful when you bring in a piece, like sometimes in terms of a memory thing. I mean, it was amazing when, if you remember when we were in Austin, we had this incredible client come in and she brought these floral dresses and she was like, I know that you don't wear like a floral silk dress and I don't know if I can really make this work. And I'm glad that I asked questions before diving right in about my thoughts on that floral dress, because when I said to her was, do these mean something to you? Like, I really want to find out.
I remember
first,
that.
is it something that you want to hold on to? And in this woman's case, she was from the Ukraine, and these were from Ukrainian
They were so
designers. And she, so she was from Ukraine, and that really meant something to her than those dresses. And so, you know, this discussion that you have with a stylist, these appointments, I don't want to say like all deep and sappy, right? Like I grew up with a dad who was a psychologist and he never like let me use words like hate or disgust. He always like made me form full sentences and I made me crazy, but I actually do understand why now because it really does help with communication. But they're very thoughtful sessions. They can be as thoughtful as you want it to, or we can keep it just like pink is the new black. And actually, we're not going to do that.
I was
thing.
going to
I'm
say, that
sorry.
doesn't sound on brand. We were joking.
Don't show up. Okay, so we had
All right.
Jen and Claire. What you got?
And I'm back to
Yeah,
introduce
hey
Jen
Patty.
Claire.
I'm Claire,
I'm Jen.
and we're senior stylists at the NYC flagship. We just wanted to say we're super excited to be here for the style class all day. It's going to be super fun, super great. But yeah, tune in, say hi, book an appointment. You can go to the links on any of our Instagrams. And it's really just the relationships, jumping off what Amy was saying, the relationships, the friendships that make a client and stylist relationship at Tibi in particular so special. So can't wait to meet you all.
So begs the question, what are you wearing?
Yeah, what am I wearing? I mean, go-to is Fundamentals Stella pants. This is the brown colorway that just came out. I'm obsessed with, and I'm wearing the tropical wool vest as well.
Similarly for me, the Navy Stella and then the new Navy Max blazer. You know, fundamentals
Gonna
always
step up
feel
and
like
show a
fresh,
little detail
clean
shot.
slate. Yeah, and then I'm wearing my sheer gauze baby tee and lavender underneath that to add a little bit of playfulness.
I also just want to take a minute and shout out our St. Simon's team as well. They are on the island, so you can't forget about them. Just make sure if you have a relationship with them, reach out to them and have any questions as well. So
Yeah, they're known for super sleuthing.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Okay, they have access to the warehouse, so they've got those little secrets. So if you're looking for that one little secret, they're gonna have it there specifically.
Okay, so one other really good thing is Patrick is wearing what we call a drop. So this is a shirt that we did not put into the collection. It is the, like he said, it is the Gabe shirt. And somewhere in one of these segments, we're gonna announce a little game
Okay.
that you guys can play and someone will get the drop. And I always love a drop because that is super, super one of a kind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also just wanted to feel special, you know.
You are so
I am
special.
so special.
You're so special. What am I wearing? I'm gonna ask other people a lot of questions here. What am I wearing?
You're wearing the
Scotty.
fall 2023 Hopper plaid blazer.
Hopper,
Hopper.
as in Dennis. Okay.
And then you're wearing the active knit Scotty jogger.
Okay. Active Knit Scotty Jogger, guys. This is the navy blue, and it's funny. I had really put off doing navy blue for a while. I felt like it would be too like sporty color, but I'm like, fuck it, man. We always wear navy blue. I love navy blue. So this is the Scotty, and the Scotty sits lower, and you can see it is a little slimmer than the full pull-on with the cargo pocket. And then I am wearing the Barry tee because we love Amy
We love Barry.
Gravitt over at HBO. We love Barry because it is amazing and complex and one of the best shows on TV right now. And then I'm wearing the Hopper blazer. And as I'm wearing this blazer, I do want to point out that I'm not running around New York City in this. It is absolutely a blazer that is appropriate starting in September in New York. I'm going to go with New York temperatures here. If you are someplace warmer, you might push that out till the end of September, October, but it has got a little bit of hair to it, not very much, but just a little bit. And this one is a true like classic men's styling here, and you can see the length, and I am wearing a size 4 in this. And I love wearing it with the t-shirt because that's exactly what like feels right to kind of play it up.
And I love to know that, like, you guys know by now, our navy is a dark navy. It's rich, it's saturated, it isn't like washed. We are very purposeful in that sense. So like I'm really glad to have this option now.
Yeah, we have this incredibly chic customer in Colorado who, she used to be a Jill Sander model back in the day, and she's crazy chic. And she was like, here's my ultimate compliment for Tibi. She's like, you guys do the best navy in the business. And really navy is, and I cannot take credit for it, because whatever colors I approve, Tracy's always coming back in and she's like, girl, get in the sunlight here. This navy's got too much purple, it's got too much whatever. So this navy is not your nautical navy, it is super good navy.
Funny enough, I have a Donna Karen model as one of my customers, and she actually lives in all of her Scotties. So Miss Pam, holler to ya.
Okay, so before we wrap up this segment, I want to finish some things on working with the stylist. They all have their own Instagram handle, and it starts with Jen at Tibi, Claire at Tibi, first name, and then at Tibi. So keep them in your feed. Some people have told me that they've moved off of Instagram and they've got me as an alert for them, but these stylists are ones who can really give you great new ideas. And what's also great is they're all really, they all have a different approach to how they think about communicating style. So where we all heavily intersect on creative pragmatism, and these guys being absolute experts with creative pragmatism and how to help you express it, they all have different techniques that they use in order to best communicate that. So you'll be able to tell also from their Instagram who you're really connecting with. Now remember, if you are DMing a stylist, this is not like a Microsoft Outlook box. You're not going to get a notice that says, I'm out of the office on vacation. But you, so, you know, be patient, right? And know this, again, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, working with stylists directly with the customers, is so that we would have that one-on-one connection. I was reading a really interesting article this morning in the Wall Street Journal, and it was talking about this guy who is this billionaire. He's got $8 billion in the bank, so you know, he's fairly successful if you judge that against dollars right there. And they said one of the incredible things about his company, as large as it was that he had done it with only 5 degrees of separation from the lowest worker to the highest worker. And this one had a very field hand element to it. So from that lowest worker to the highest worker, there were only 5 levels of management. And what that meant is decisions get made really quickly. When something's happening at the ground, it feeds up really quickly, and it becomes the ultimate speedboat. When you're looking at business, you never want to turn yourself into a gigantic tanker, because when a new opportunity arises or a better way of doing something, it takes a long time to turn a tanker, but a speedboat is really nimble. And so we really are a speedboat in that way, and that when we communicate with our own team members, I think we have maybe like 1 degree of separation between the team and me. And what we also have, though, most importantly, is we have 0 degrees of separation between the consumer and me, and the consumer and the stylist. So
Hi.
this is the gang here.
Welcome to Style Class all day.
Yeah. And all right, so super team.
See you
Watch
soon.
and okay, and so guys, before we close this out, know this is going to go on all day. We are going to try and pep ourselves up as much as we can in ways that are legal through caffeine, and that's good.
Yeah.
Even so, whatever. We know that, and it's going to go on all day, guys. We're going to take a 10-minute break, and we will be back, and we'll talk to you about the next segment, which is on modifiers. Bye.